Before we begin, I request everyone to kindly close their eyes for a prayer.
Lord, grant us the wisdom and understanding to seek knowledge earnestly. May we never forget your teachings and may we always be guided by your word. Amen. Good morning, respected dignitaries, distinguished guests, and dear Christites. School of Business and Management, Christ Team to be University, Pune, Lavasa, is honored and excited to welcome everyone to the second IEEE International Conference on Trends in Quantum Computing and Emerging Business Technologies 2024. I am Dia Sood,
And I am Varada Kapoor.
and we will be your hosts for inaugural ceremony.
We would like to request everyone to please put your phones on silent and maintain the decorum of the auditorium. IEEE, known as the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, stands as a preeminent global technical professional organization committed to advancing technology for the betterment of humanity. With a membership exceeding 4 lakh individuals over 160 nations, IEEE serves as a vital nexus for professionals within various technical disciplines. Annually, it spearheads upwards of 2,000 conferences and events worldwide, encompassing a diverse spectrum of technical domains such as electrical engineering, computer science, telecommunications, and biomedical engineering. These conferences serve as pivotal forums wherein researchers, engineers, and industry experts convene to unveil their latest advancements, exchange insights, and foster collaborative relationships within their respective fields.
In the light we seek, we find the divine presence. As we prepare to kindle the flames, let us take a moment to connect with the divine essence that resides within and around us. So let us partake in the lighting of the lamp ceremony, invoking the blessings of the Almighty to guide us on this profound journey.
So, may I now request our Director and Dean, Dr. Fadilija Thomas, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Parag Kalkar, Dr. Amar Buchhede, Dr. Neha Sharma, Dr. Mandar Pandey, Head of Department MBA, Dr. Jobin Jacob, Student Coordinator, Head of Department BBA, Dr. Parmeshwaran S., Dr. Harsha Saluke, and Associate Professor Preeti Jain to light the lamp and invoke the blessings of the Almighty. Distinguished guests and esteemed delegates, it is now time to honor and felicitate some of the visionary leaders in the realm of academia who we are privileged to host today.
Please join me in welcoming Dr. Parag Karkar, the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of Savitribai Phule Pune University, whose unwavering dedication and tireless efforts have propelled the institution to reach new heights of excellence. With great pleasure, I also invite onto the stage our Director and Dean, Dr. Father Ledger Thomas, for felicitating Sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Father. Next, let us extend a warm welcome to Dr. Amar Buchere, the Associate Professor at Vishwakarma Institute of Information and Technology, Pune. May I request our esteemed faculty, Dr. Purnendra Bikash Acharji, to felicitate the dignitary.
Thank you, sir. Next, we would like to extend a warm welcome to Professor Amlan Chakrabarti, who is the professor and director at A.K. Chaudhary School of Institute, University of Calcutta. May I also request the MBA Head of Department, Dr. Jobin Jacob, to felicitate our guests.
Thank you, sir. Now, let us extend a warm welcome to Dr. Neha Sharma, who is currently working at Tata Consultancy Services as a consultant. Ma'am also holds the position of a secretary at the Society for Data Science India. We would like to request the BBA Head of Department, Dr. Parameshwaran S., to please felicitate the guest.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now, let us extend a warm welcome to Dr. Mandar Pandey, currently working as a consultant at Tata Consultancy Services. Sir has completed his education from the University of Pune. I would also like to request our esteemed faculty, Ms. Tanya Sharma, to felicitate our guest. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
We are honored to have with us our respected Director and Dean, Dr. Fatalijo Thomas. Father is a teaching and research faculty member in the College of Education at Louisiana Tech University, USA, and the School of Social Sciences at Christ deemed to be University, India.
Father founded the Neurodiversity Lab at Christ Deemed to be University, Bangalore campus, enhancing the inclusive education. Father is the founder and director of Dreams, a community university collaborative service learning projects established in US, India, and Germany.
On that note, Father, it is a privilege to invite you on the stage to address the gathering.
Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Pune University, Dr. Parag Kalkar, Dr. Amalan Chakraborty, Professor and Director of School of IT, University of Calcutta, Dr. Amar Bachade, Vice Chair IEEE Pune Section, Dr. Neha Sharma, Vice Chair IEEE Thames Pune Section, Dr. Mandar Pandey, Professor of Symbiosis, our conference chairs, Dr. Punendu, Dr. Sharath, Dr. Prashant, and Dr. Anshul Saxena. Distinguished guests, speakers, participants, and my dear students. Good morning to all of you, and welcome to the second day of our second year of our IEEE International Conference at Lavasa, Pune, which is completely centered on quantum computing and its new trends, and also its application to emerging businesses. And it's very special at this point. We have these esteemed guests and speakers. It's truly an honor that we have Dr. Parag and the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor of Pune University is here, along with all our distinguished guests and speakers with us to celebrate this. And I know that it is not easy to organize something like this, getting these levels of speakers and distinguished guests here in Lavasa because of these windy roads, and it's very hard. I'm sure all of them, when they got the invitation, they have reflected at least 100 times whether I should go or not to go. Coming to Lavasa, nobody stops by at Lavasa. If it is in Pune, definitely okay. Just wanted to stop by and say hello to everybody, and we can have it. We can do it in 2 hours. We don't lose the whole day. But when somebody comes to Lavasa, means the whole day is gone, and not even the whole day. Maybe next day to the travel, inconvenience and that how hard it is. But I sincerely appreciate Dr. Parag and Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor and all the distinguished speakers and guests for your kindness, for your generosity, for accepting this invitation and being with us and being part of this celebration, and which is a very significant aspect for the future businesses and quantum computing, which is a trend of today's and tomorrow's world. And as we all know, quantum computing is significant because everybody is talking in higher education and also in businesses. Everybody is talking all about multidisciplinary aspects because we don't need any niche specialized persons anymore. We are looking at everybody with multiple skill set, multiple knowledge set. All those things are very significant today. So, in that context, this quantum computing, which is a combination of computer, physics, and mathematics mainly. So, this is actually making a huge impact in the businesses and even our daily lives. Why? Because today's problems are much more complex than yesterday's. and it is getting more complex every day. So we cannot solve the problems, even whether it is in leadership or decision making, everything. We cannot just come up with the solutions quickly like this, which we were doing previously. So when we are addressing to you the future, the leaders of future leaders of our country, you need to understand that how all this system works, and you need to be prepared yourself for the industry and for the society, so that you can be well prepared in making that evidence based the decision making, and evidence based, or maybe based on the data based decision making and process moving forward. So with that note, I really wanted to appreciate organizers of this conference, organizing and also specifically focusing on that application part of the quantum computing is very significant. We can do a lot of theoretical knowledge over here, but how are we going to apply it? Some of you are MBA students, I think most of you are MBA students, and you may think that, okay, all these points, how are we going to apply it in my specific area? So that shows your skill set, your existing knowledge, the knowledge which is shared here. How are you taking notes? Because that's how every single person's individual notes will be different and unique. That's what we are going to assess. We are not going to see that, okay, this should be the same answer. The definition should not be the same thing, because we are counting on not only the information we are sharing here, but your own knowledge, existing knowledge, how you're going to integrate into it and create a new, or reconstructing the new knowledge, and is what is most important today. With that note, I wish all the best for everybody, all the entire team, organizers, and the speakers, and thank you again for joining this, and wish you all the best.
Thank you for insightful words, Father.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Amar Buchhede, a distinguished individual whose dedication and expertise have left an indelible mark in the field of engineering and technology.
Dr. Buchhade holds a PhD from the esteemed Government College of Engineering, Pune, where he honed his skills and passion for innovation. As a committed member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, Dr. Buchhade has volunteered his time and expertise, earning him the prestigious status of senior member.
His contributions extend beyond academia, as he serves as the vice chair of the IEEE Pune section, further enriching the engineering community. Currently, Dr. Buchire holds positions as an associate professor at both Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology and MIT ADT, where he continues to inspire and mentor future generations of engineers.
With a rich academic background and a commitment to excellence, Dr. Amar stands as a beacon of innovation and leadership in the field of engineering. Please join me in extending him a warm welcome.
So, good morning, all. Yes, so the dignitaries on chairs, the faculty members, colleagues, participants, I am very thankful to organizer for inviting me for this talk, for giving opportunities. So, this conference is being organized in association with IEEE Thames Pune Society chapter. So, I am very congratulating to Mr. Prashant Joshi sir, Chair IEEE Thames Society Pune chapter, and Dr. Neha Sharma madam, who is the Vice Chair IEEE Thames Pune chapter, as well as Christ University. I see this is only one of the conference in 2024, right, whose specific theme is quantum computing, right? So which is also helping for India, so national mission of India. So see the vision of organizer and IEEE organizing unit. So we know the objective of national mission of India is to build the excellence in quantum frontier, to develop quantum computers, quantum chemistry, quantum communication, new materials, quantum sensors, quantum cryptography. The quantum computing is a way of processing the information, right, than the class than the usual computers. So quantum computing has significance. So it has many applications. So 7 potential applications we can see in AI, machine learning, then financial modeling, security, route and traffic optimization, manufacturing, drug and chemical research. So quantum computing can be used for computing, communication, and cybersecurity. So quantum computing or technology is the opening of new frontiers in society. So quantum computing is the future of India. So regarding IEEE Pune section, IEEE Pune section is non-profit technical organization having more than 2,000 members. So out of 2,000 members, more than 1,500 student members are there. So IEEE Pune section has 16 technical society chapters. This conference is being organized by one of the technical, that is IEEE Thames Society Pune chapter. IEEE Pune section has 3 special interest groups: SIG on healthcare, SIG on smart city, SIG on renewable energy. IEEE Pune section has flagship activity, that is Eureka, where our students goes to rural place, urban places, schools, and teach the technology to the students. We have flagship conference, that is IEEE PuneCon. Usually it is conducted in the month of December. So we conduct more than 400 activities, technical, non-technical activities in IEEE Pune section. We have more than 25 student branches of different institutes are associated with IEEE Pune section. So I really appreciate Christ University to organize this wonderful conference. Although it is a specific theme, quantum computing, so it has got the huge response. More than 400 papers received and few papers are selected. So I hope this conference will really beneficial to researchers, participants. On the behalf of IEEE Pune section, we congratulate the organization and will always support, as well as we really thankful to Dr. Becky Thomas, Madam, Professor Anshul Saxena, sir, Professor Jayant Mahajan, sir, who constantly interacting with the IEEE Pune section, IEEE Thames chapter of his bearers. So I congratulate to all the participants, organizer for this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful address and words of appreciation.
It is with great honor that I introduce Dr. Parag Kalkar, a visionary leader in education. Dr. Kalkar currently serves as the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor at Savitribai Phule Pune University, where he continues to inspire and pave the way for future generations.
With over 4 years in this esteemed position, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor has demonstrated his unwavering commitment to academic excellence and student success.
With over 2 decades of experience, Sir has held key leadership positions at institutions like Siangar Business School and Siangar Institute of Management, dedicating himself to creating a conducive learning environment.
With a solid educational foundation and a passion for nurturing young minds, Sir embodies the ethos of leadership and mentorship. Let us extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor as we embark on a journey of knowledge and enlightenment in education.
May I please extend him a very warm welcome on stage.
Very good morning, all the bright champs present here today morning for the IEEE International Conference on the theme Trends in Quantum Computing and Emerging Business Technologies, TQCEBT 24. There are a lot of coded language in computer. Honorable Father Liju Thomas, Dr. Amar Buchude, Dr. Purnendu, Mandar Pandeji, Neha Sharma Madam, Harshal Salunke, and all the dignitaries who are present here, Amlan Chakravarti, for the second day of this conference, focusing on the application of quantum computing. Basically, the technology and the changes in technology are inevitable. And the speed of change in which the technology is changing is mind-boggling. And we all are aware that these changes are part and parcel of our future way of doing business. On one side, we are finding the infrastructure is changing, improving. The people and the manpower which is required to handle all these changes also need, in addition to their domain knowledge, to know about these changes in the technological front. I am not an expert in technology, but I know that when I was doing my graduation, there was some language which taught to us was COBOL, FoxPro, C++. How much expertise I have at that point of time, maybe 30 years back, in those languages, today there is no point in demonstrating because it is out of use. So the change of technology is more important for all of us to understand. Change in skill set is also very rapid in this decade. If you go and see on the LinkedIn research, you will find that 42% of the skills which are present today are going to be obsolete at the end of 2024. So what I learn in a classroom may be knowledge of past, but I need to make my mind prepared for the future changes. My friends, you are going to be a part of workforce, active workforce, not only when you complete your graduation or post-graduation, but in 2030 also, 2040 also, and 2050 also. So next 30 years after your graduation or post-graduation, you are going to be part and parcel of a workforce community. But in higher education, any education institute cannot predict what kind of technology will be prevailing in 2030, 2040, or 2050s. But still you have to work, earn, deliver something to your organization. And that's why the higher education is about learning, not learning the theoretical concept, but learning what you learn in a classroom, how these concepts are applied in the real world. Application of knowledge is more important. And the second phase is more important, that lifelong learning. In my faculty, when I learn the principles of accounting, they are not going to change as fast as the computer field. Debit what comes in will remain as it is. But the application of that knowledge is going to change faster. We do not have physical ledgers in our bank. Everything is computerized. Everything is driven by the automated system. And if I give a pen drive to my master student who has completed either in finance or in commerce, and I ask them to find out that what are the challenges faced by this bank, he don't know what to do with the pen drive, which has a tally backup, because unless he has only seen physical ledger, that too a small extract which is there in his syllabus. So we all have this, what we are learning is this graduation or post-graduation is a very small component. But we always have to keep our mind open to learn new things. So the future is understanding and changing our mindset in a way that we always be ready to learn new concept, new things, new technologies, and then application of it. The application component is more important, as Father was suggesting to all of us, because if you don't know what to do with the knowledge you have, it is of no use. Students from the technological field, majorly engineering and IT, they learn about concept, they learn about various kind of new technologies, but they don't know how and what way it need to be applied in the real world. Two example I would like to cite. One example is, if you have an electrical issue at your home, what we do normally, if your fridge is not working or your television is not working, normally we call to the nearest electrical shop. We ask them to send some electrician to fix the problem. Am I right? When that electrician comes to your door, rings the bell, and then you open door, what is the first question you ask him? Do you ask him what was your major, minor? What was your university or college? When you are passed, have you completed diploma? We don't ask any of such question. We only ask him, आपको ये problem ठीक करने आता है? And we just ask him to fix the problem and get that problem done. Am I right? On the way you're coming to this institute on your two-wheeler or a four-wheeler, there is some issue in your vehicle. We go to the nearest garage and ask him to clear the problem, get the problem done for us. We never ask, do you have an automobile diploma or degree? We never ask in which polytechnic you completed. So my friend, education is a process of understanding the fundamental concept. But that fundamental concept may change over a period of time. But we know that, and that's why this new education policy implementation insists that you can reduce the content of the syllabus, because syllabus content is going to be obsolete in a days to come. But student must know what he's learning in a class, where it is applied in the real life. And I think this conference focuses on not only understanding about the quantum computing, but also how the business is going to change, a dramatic change, a drastic change, speedy change by application of such technologies into the real world. And that is more important. Another example, we are always worried about what should be our major, minor, confused about, and we are troubling our teachers, what specialization we should take. Normally, you will find that a lot of IT professionals are mechanical engineers. So it is not how you logically apply your mind to a particular problem and get it solved is more important. One of my friend who has completed his post-graduation in management in one of the university in south part of India. When he was completing his final year master's degree, he got a job in one of the reputed company called Novartis. And through the campus placement, and while he was completing the final semester, there was some issue in his university. So his final year result was delayed by 6 months. But as he was absorbed by the company through campus placement, after the final examination, he joined that company. Today, he's a vice president of the same company. And he told me when we met last time that, sir, in last 14 years, my company has not asked me my final year mark sheet whether I passed or failed. 2-3 times I was afraid that someday they will throw me out of this company. I went to my HR department and asked the manager where I need to submit that mark sheet. Manager told, when you started performing and when we are happy with your performance, we don't need to know whether you have passed or failed and what is your credit score, first class or that. So education is a journey. We only, I'm working in the university, is a state university, Savitribai Phule Pune University, where 7.5 lakh students at one point of time. And most of the time, students come with a confusion, am I choosing the right kind of combination? Because we have choice-based credit system. Specialization, which should be my minor, which should be my major. I said that what at the end of the day, what you perform as outcome and what you contribute to your organization is more important. Students say that I'm only okay in finance. I'm not okay in marketing. Students say I'm not interested in understanding about the human resource management. I do not want to deal with the human resource. Practically speaking, when you are going to work in any organization, managing human resource is most important thing. You go for the finance, nowadays we are talking about behavioral finance. Unless until you understand the behavioral aspect of human being, you will not able to create a product and sell a product of your financial product to a human being. And I think all this quantum computing and all these things, all the data which we are going to crunch is related to human behavior and understanding the better product and better services for making their life more happier and healthier. Am I right? You have mobile, you have a service provider. If they tell you that, sir, there is a problem in a service because we have to handle 4 million people. So that's why there is likely to happen that your service may not be as per the requirement, as per your expectation. What you will do? You will say, chalo, chalega. No, you will immediately go and replace and go to a service provider. So your customer in future is not going to be loyal because you are a brand. The customer is going to be loyal only when you're giving the right kind of service. Our previous generation, my generation and previous generation, we were more loyal to Tata, we were more loyal to some of the companies, irrespective there is ups and downs in services. But now your generation and the future generations after you may not be interested in knowing what brand you're using. They may be interested only what kind of service is and the reliability and consistency of the service. And if you give 999 time good service and one time bad service, he is going to switch over because he has got alternatives in the market. And that's why the use of technology in business is very important. The brand choices are available to this generation. The brand choices are available to the people. And that's why if you do not provide, and that's why the customized version can be only possible if you use the right combination of technology and human being in your service sector. Now your pizzas and all these things, they use all these technological backups to understand your behavioral aspect. If you go and Google and search something, I think that comes in the form of advertisement to you in another format. They understand that how, at what price level you have purchased previously. So they know that at up to what deep they can come down where the purchase can happen. So this all happens the moment I start searching for some product. For an example, that product is available in the Delhi godown of that company. I'm not quoting company wise, but I'm saying that how the technology can be used. If I'm trying to get some kind of shoes for me, if it is available in Gurgaon godown, they try to give me the first level of pricing. I quit and again I search after 1 or 2 days. What they do is they move that product without my purchase. They move that product from the Gurgaon godown to Mumbai godown without I am giving any order because they know that at some point of time at this price level, the person is going to buy the product. Then at third and fourth atom, when I'm looking and trying to see that what the price is coming down, what percentage, they bring that product to the Pune godown because they know that at some point of time, I'm going to purchase these products. And then after 4 or 5 days, I get the right kind of price, which is in my mindset normally, which I purchase as a level 20% or 30% below the quoted price. I give the order. Normally, they have told me that 4 to 5 days of delivery is required because initially that product was in Gurgaon godown. But practically, they know that you're going to buy. They brought it to nearest godown, which is near to your home, and you get a delivery in 24 hours. You're super happy. Customer delight. That is a way of technology using. In 90% cases, customer buys, 10% cases they it doesn't bite. But 90% cases, the customer delight. You say that 4 or 5 days was the delivery time, I got in 24 hours. That company is doing something best for me. So that's the way you can put the technology to the use. Habits, likes, dislike, colors. Only Maybach was available up to tailor-made, but now in lower versions also, they are making your car tailor-made. The Mercedes-Benz has putting this technology that you have an app which is given to you and you know how your car is getting created for you. You can see what is the status today, when is going to likely to get finished off. And most of the people now are going to the factory to get the car delivery. Creating an environment. Normally we used to go to the showroom, book a car, and when it is ready, you used to get a call that your car is ready, you can get for delivery. But now they're creating an ambience for a customer. They make them happy that your car we are creating today, this is done, tomorrow that is done. So customer is getting involved into the production process of car. Again, technology, color, your sitting arrangement, they show you alternatives, what kind of upholstery is required. It's not costing much as far as the car cost is concerned, but still they're making you happy. That is more human oriented. So these all changes where you can put the technology. One concept which I have seen recently in one conference, that the future of hospitals, in one of the hospital conference, is there is a hospi mall which is going to come. We have a mall supermarket. In the same way, the hospital mall will getting created. Without that serious atmosphere, you can enter with your family any weekend morning and your children can do the dental treatment, your wife can do a beauty treatment, and you can do some minor surgeries which is possible during the day. You have food court, you have a play area, you have a rest area, and so beautifully ambience been done. We have seen the videos also. It is available in Singapore right now, but future will get an hospital mall, technology driven. Now the technologies are put to use of human being, because if you have a fracture, and normally we go and get a X-ray done. Now the X-ray comes in a digital format, not in physical format. So there is a possibility with the use of computing, this digital X-ray can be compared with similar problems. Maybe 1 lakh comparison can be done with little more cost, and you get an accurate application, accurate cure, accurate remedy for whatever issue you have. That is possible. See, data crunching, lakhs of, you must have seen that lot of data has been stored by various companies like Amazon through cloud in various part of the country, because every individual's data is now personalized data, and personalized service can be given to the customer. So a lot of future application can be created in future for you using this computation, using this quantum computing. There are a lot of application which I was seeing before I go, which whatever R&D I have done for today's speech, but I thought that I should share with you. There are very good absolute changes are going to come, which is going to make our life more healthier and happier. That is the objective at the end of the day. For that, I think we, as a conference, you have a lot of research to be done and a lot of research paper you have shortlisted to be presented. My thought process about the research, normally, any researcher as a faculty or a student who is doing research focuses on two aspects. First is research to publication. And as a teacher, we believe that research to promotion. If I have so many papers, I will get the next promotion. But I wish that few more priorities can be added to this, which are more important for the country like India. The first important thing as a country of India, promotion and publication can be put little lower, but the first 5 priorities I would like to share with all of you. The first is research to patent. We are lagging in patents. Even in various universities also, we do the research, we publish the research, we get good indexing, but I think conversion of that research into the patent and patent into commercial patent, and that earning for our institution is more important. So research to patent should be focused. We have a country of 140 million people. And for that, the second important thing is research to process. Can we change some process which can add more value to the product, which can reduce the value, which can add more better way of doing it? So research to process. Third is research to price. Can we reduce the cost? As we know that COVID times, the vaccine has come with very affordable cost, and that's why we could survive so many people in this country. So research to price. The other day I was addressing a conference of civil engineers in India, and I told them there are so a lot of civil engineers and now students are not going for civil engineering because they're lagging in a research. The reason is if Tata can thought of nano car in 1 lakh rupees, why civil engineer cannot create a product, a material which can be using the nearby material and create a house in 1 lakh rupees for the country like India. So rather than you are just trying to find out that you will join the ACC cement, try to find out that you create a material as a civil engineer or create a product, a small house can be created after 1 lakh rupees, affordable housing. So this is more important for us. So research to price, can we do our research where the prices can be reduced to a drastic extent using some innovative things? Research to people, healthcare is more important. I think what data is collected by us on the Women's Day in university through Research Park Foundation, we have promoted one innovative company. The initial products is for women because that was launched on a Women's Day, where there is one device was there which woman has to wear every night for 10 nights every month for 10 months. And I think all their health parameters can get stored in the form of data, and more predictability of preventive healthcare can be taken care with the help of without every woman goes to the doctor with their problems and challenges. So woman healthcare can be stored using one small device, a battery device, small device can be put here on your shoulder for 10 days, 10 nights every month, and 10 months if you create, the better understanding about the health can be created. And if you do not have to go to the doctor because the analysis is available, which doctor can use easily for the large population, such product, innovative product can be created. So research to people, can you create some kind of research using your technology because they need 40,000 sampling, which was done with the help of Sahyadri Hospital for making the basic product. Now they're getting government permission to use it for the household purpose. And the last and very important thing is a vast country like our country makes a lot of policies without basic research. So can my research become a part and parcel of a policy of this country? You have human resource policy, you have labor policy. The policymaker should get a fundamental reference as your research outcome. So can you create a research paper which can help the policymaker to make their policy more precisely, more perfectly for the large country like India? So I think with this, if you can do it in this way, the research to publication can come after this, and research to promotion can be a last priority. So try to see that when you do your research, try to get it converted into the patent, so more reliability of your outcome. Otherwise, it remains on a paper. The second is research to process, try to see that some process can be changed, improvised, so that some positive change can happen. Costing, research to price, research to people, and research to policy. If you focus on this, all 5 priorities, I think the country like India will be helpful. Now about the technology, the world of technology is in constant state of flux with a new advancement emerging at an ever increasing pace. These innovative global technologies are the trend that include digitization in our daily chaos and not just creating cool gadgets. They are fundamentally changing how we function as an individual, societies, business, and economies. I've seen one company who is trying to come with like a smart watch, and they're going to provide to every person who is getting insured with that company. So if I am insured by my organization, I have to wear that watch maximum time in a day. and that watch will be having pre-store my health suggestions. So if I have not to consume sugar, I have to walk, whatever recommendation given by medical practitioner, the data will be stored there, and the watch will observe me if I follow it or not. So my insurance company will monitor that I am following the health parameter, because otherwise for renewal I say, they ask me, आप regular tablet लेते? I say yes. Regular follow करते? I say yes, and my amount remains same for the insurance. Now it is not going to be there with the data computing. What they are going to store the everyday's data with them. If I do not follow the health parameter which is told by the doctor, they will give me alert first that you are not following this. Second alert given to my family members, because they are going to be next to me. And third time, they will give alert to my organization who is sponsoring my health insurance that this person is not following health parameters. If I do not still follow it, next year's premium will be 3 times. So your premium may not be depend upon your age, your issues, your reports, but how you practice your health supplement, health suggestion. If you do not follow it with 3 times health insurance, it will get tripled. Like that, it will happen. So this kind is only possible with more advanced computing facilities available, because it's a personalized thing. The world is witnessing an exponential growth in technology, and India is no exception. India is adapting to the innovative global technologies that are shaping the future of our nation. We have experienced the remarkable progress in India has made in the past 5 years. The challenges and opportunities that lie ahead are now the new education policies preparing our youth to thrive in this tech-driven era. The journey through India is rise as a tech giant. A nation is poised to be a leader in the global innovation landscape. In next 25 years, we are all going to witness these changes when we wish to be a global leader. There are few things, few technologies I have thought about. That first is artificial intelligence and machine learning. Expect widespread adoption across sector, leading to automation, personalized experiences, and advancement in area like drug discovery and material sciences. Augmented reality and virtual reality, the immersive technologies will find application in education, training, entertainment, and even in remote work environment like virtual offices. The rise of metaverse, a fully functional virtual world could emerge, impacting social interaction, e-commerce, and even education through immersive learning experience. Quantum computing, early stage and research could lead to the breakthrough in the area like material science, drug discovery, financial modeling, and impacting various industries. New energy solution. The world has agreed to be greener for the sake of its landscape and the energy we use, resulting in car running on electricity or battery and houses using greener choices like solar, renewable energy. What's even better that the people are conscious about their carbon footprint and waste, thus minimizing it or turning those into renewable energy is even more helpful. AI powered wealth management, central bank digital currencies, focus on financial wellness, cybersecurity focus, Internet of Things expansion, focus on responsible technologies, strict regulation and ethical consideration will be crucial to ensure responsible development and development of AI, automation, and other emerging technology. Human machine collaboration, the lines between humans and machine will blur further, necessitating the focus on upskilling and reskilling the workforce to adapt to the future and increase automation. Focus will be on sustainability, personalized healthcare, which we have discussed, rise of gig economy, governance of finance and information technology, advanced robotic and automation, biotechnology advancement and geonomy, focus on data privacy and cybersecurity, evolving regulatory landscape, drones and autonomous vehicle, which I think is going to come very fast, evolving role of education. Education will adopt to prepare students for rapidly changing world with focus on critical thinking, problem solving skills, and lifelong learning to thrive their future fueled by technology. Now, exponential growth has happened with the digital infrastructure, Digital India, BharatNet, startup boom, agri-tech companies, AI and ML adoption. Now, how this is going to be in the future? Rise of blockchain, Internet of Things, and the metaverse present opportunities to revolutionize sector of healthcare, logistics, and education. Focus on innovation, increased investment of R&D, public-private partnership are fostering collaboration between academia, industry, government, and accelerating the development. Focus on responsible technologies. Now, the future, few of the technology, AI is going to dominate all fields. Augmented reality and VR is going to again join them. And quantum computing, early stage research on quantum computing could lead to breakthrough in the area of material science and drug discovery. So these changes are going to happen. In conclusion, we can say that India stands as a on the verge of technological revolution. By embracing these trends responsibly, ensuring equitable access, and fostering a skilled workforce, we can harness the power of innovation to build brighter future for all. Let us work together to shape the India's destiny. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for such an insightful address, sir.
We will now be having a short 15-minute coffee break in the Ivy Hall, post which we will resume the conference. I request all students to remain seated inside the auditorium as our dignitaries take a leave. Colonel A.K. Nath, an exemplary leader in technology and corporate strategy. As the executive director at CDAC Pune and chairman of the Academic Council, Colonel Nath brings over 3 decades of expertise.
Sir's role encompasses corporate governance, research and development, and strategic management of the ICTE infrastructure. Leading the quantum computing initiative, he's driving innovation and collaboration, shaping India's quantum computing landscape.
With a, dis- with a distinguished career spanning CDAT Kolkata and 25 years of service in the Indian Army, Colonel Nath's contribution range from project management to cybersecurity, solidifying his status as an industry trailblazer. Let's extend our warmest applause to Colonel A.K. Nath as we embark on a journey of exploration in technology.
So I texted him. I texted him. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Anshul, I'm not. And dear students who are gathered there in the Christ University, my personal apologies. I have not been able to be present with you physically, although promised, because uh, so many different reasons of being the last few days of the financial year end and so many other things. I was required very badly in the office for signing certain financial documents and then traveling and so on and so forth. But nevertheless, not a very convincing excuse. So my apologies. We are actually living in very, very interesting times today where technology infusion is taking place in every walk of life. And AI and quantum technologies are the buzzwords today. And I've been asked to talk about the future of quantum technologies. Quantum phenomena actually has been existing and we have been making use of it since time immemorial. Actually, very interestingly, there is a WhatsApp group I am actually a part of, in which they explain the age-old concepts in our ancient scriptures with the help of quantum phenomena, quantum physics, and quantum mechanics. Then all those people who have seen this movie Oppenheimer, they must have, then their curiosity must have been sparked, and they would have read more about all the quantum mechanics and quantum physics which has been used to create the atomic bomb at the time, and so many other things which have been happening. But today, governments all over the world are spending phenomenal amount of money in the various aspects of quantum technologies. China leading the pack. We have been told that they've invested almost close to $15 billion, even much more than what US has spent in quantum technologies. India has come up with the National Quantum Mission, you all know, and although earlier also we have been working in the area of quantum technologies in certain smaller initiatives like NMICPS, uh, and National Mission for interphysical physical systems, and then there was this initiative called Quest, which was taken by DEST, and but now National Quantum Mission, although the announcement was made, then a huge amount of money would be spent. The call is out, and it deals with 4 different aspects of quantum technologies. That is computing, communications, sensing, and metrology and materials. So these are the 4 different pillars of quantum technologies. And after talking briefly about all 4 of them, I think for the sake of students, I have a small presentation to share where I'll be actually taking them deeper into what happens inside a quantum computer today. Because I think operates. So I thought that it would be a good opportunity for the students to actually take a deep dive as to what happens inside a quantum computer. So I'd be exactly showing them with the help of a presentation what actually takes place inside a superconducting quantum computer and how it looks like. So as we know that the future of quantum technologies promises to revolutionize every aspect of our life today, from the way we compute to the way we communicate, the way we perceive reality in itself. At the heart of this transformation lies quantum computing, which is a paradigm shifting approach to quantum computation that leverages the principles of quantum mechanics to solve problems beyond the capabilities of classical computers. Quantum computing operates on the fundamental unit of information known as the qubit, which, unlike classical bits, can exist in multiple states simultaneously, thanks to the phenomena of superposition. This allows quantum computers to perform vast number of calculations simultaneously, enabling them to tackle complex problems in fields such as cryptography, material science, optimization, and so on and so forth. Even they are being used for defense purposes, for uh, purposes in the health and bioinformatics, and so on and so forth. Pharmaceutical companies are exploring the potential of quantum computing to accelerate their drug discovery processes by simulating molecular interactions with unprecedented accuracy. By harnessing the computational power of quantum computers, researchers can design more effective drugs and therapies tailored to individual patients, ushering in a new era of personalized medicine. Quantum computing has the potential to revolutionize the field of artificial intelligence, enabling machines to process vast amount of data and perform complex calculations at speeds far beyond the reach of classical computers. This could lead to breakthroughs in areas such as natural language processing, image recognition, machine learning, etc., paving the way for intelligent systems that can outperform human capabilities in a wide range of tasks. In addition to quantum computing, quantum communication offers promise of secure and private communication channels. I am sure a lot of you would have, uh, taken up some projects in these areas relating to quantum key distribution, quantum communication, etc., post-quantum cryptography, quantum resist cryptography, and all these buzzwords which are going around today. Quantum encryption, based on the principles of quantum mechanics, uses the unique properties of quantum particles to encode the information in a way that cannot be intercepted or tampered with without detection. Eavesdropping can be very easily detected on a quantum channel. So that is the basis of this quantum encryption and quantum key distribution. This has profound implications for fields such as finance, healthcare, national security, where integrity and secrecy of the data is of paramount importance. The financial institutions are exploring the use of quantum encryption for secure transactions and protecting against cyber attacks, ensuring the safety and stability of global financial systems in an increasingly digitized economy. In fact, CDAC is taking up now a project under MIT, where we are connecting two data centers, which are fintech data centers, which deal with the financial transactions on a quantum safe channel. Government agencies are investing in quantum communication infrastructure to safeguard classified information and defend against foreign adversaries in an era of escalating cyber warfare. Furthermore, coming to quantum sensors, they offer unprecedented levels of precision, sensitivity, etc., and enable breakthroughs in fields such as healthcare, environmental monitoring, resource exploration, etc. Quantum sensors can detect minute changes in magnetic fields, gravitational waves, chemical compositions with exquisite accuracy, providing invaluable insight into the natural world and driving innovation in areas such as medical diagnostics, geological exploration, even oil exploration, and climate science. Quantum sensors are being used to develop next generation medical imaging techniques that can detect diseases such as cancer at very early stages and with greater precision, leading to much more effective treatments and improved patient outcomes. Similarly, quantum sensors are revolutionizing environmental monitoring efforts by providing real-time data on air and water quality, biodiversity, climate change, empowering policymakers and scientists to make informed decisions and mitigate the impact of human activities on the planet. Now coming to quantum metrology, which is also a very important area of quantum technologies. This is the science of precise measurement using quantum systems and has seen significant advancements in recent years. We have seen enhanced measurement precision using quantum metrology, noise resilient measurements, and more importantly, quantum clock. Now, these quantum clocks are based on the precise measurement of quantum properties such as atomic transitions or quantum oscillations. They offer unprecedented levels of timekeeping accuracy, and they have surpassed the performance of traditional atomic clocks, which is very important, with fractional frequency uncertainties approaching or even surpassing 1 in 10 raised to power 18. So that's a very, very amazing development. And these highly accurate timekeeping devices have applications in global navigation systems, synchronization of telecommunication networks, fundamental tests of physics, etc. So if we can develop in India our own quantum clock, then we need not depend on these global navigation GPS systems. And it's so important for our defense and for our day-to-day living. So that is the, great importance of quantum technology in our day-to-day life. Then, of course, quantum metrology techniques have led to advancements in imaging and sensing capabilities, enabling the detection and characterization of objects with high resolution and sensitivity. Quantum imaging methods such as quantum illumination and quantum enhanced imaging harness entangled states of photons to enhance image contrast and overcome classical limitations imposed by noise and diffraction. So much of these applications are now being commercialized, and we are transitioning from the realm of fundamental research to practical applications in industry and academia. In summary, coming to now quantum materials. Materials is another very important vertical of quantum technology. So we have topological materials, which are a class of quantum materials that exhibit very robust electronic states known as topological simulators, insulators, topological semi-metals, and topological superconductors. Then you have quantum spin liquids, exotic states, are exotic states of matter where magnetic moments and spins remain disordered, even at absolute zero temperatures. Then we have superconductors. In fact, it's very interesting to note that the developments in quantum computing are very much dependent on the discovery of new and new quantum materials. Because if there is a great drive in uh, developing quantum materials which can be uh, you know uh, very stable. The quantum effects in these materials can be very stable at room temperatures or slightly more temperatures than the cryogenic temperatures which are at present used to stabilize the qubits. So therein lies the importance of quantum materials as far as quantum computing is concerned. But in other fields also, there is a lot of discovery happening in almost every area as far as quantum materials is concerned. So for batteries and so on and so forth, for optoelectronics, photovoltaics, quantum information processing, etc. So many other areas, quantum materials hold a lot of importance. So after looking at all these four verticals of the quantum technologies and their futuristic importance, I would like to share a presentation and show you, firstly what are the different ways of realizing qubits, and then what happens inside a superconducting quantum computer. So just let me share my presentation. Is my presentation visible? Uh, Anshul, if you can just give me a message if my presentation is visible, I'll start presenting. Okay, I'll carry on because I've not received a hello. Yeah. Okay. So these are the ways of realizing qubits, superconducting qubits being the most sought after method because uh, it actually gives you a good combination of all the three parameters which are required to actually sustain a compute state. That is the coherence, the fidelity, and the speed for computation. So it is fabricated from thin films of superconducting materials, niobium or aluminium, and implemented as Josephson junctions, where a thin insulating barrier interrupts the flow of superconducting electrons. And it's manipulated using microwave pulses and readouts by measuring changes. Then you have trapped ions trapped in vacuum chambers by electromagnetic fields, such as qubits, are used. Uh, Quantum information is encoded as internal energy levels of ions, atoms, or molecular states. Qubit manipulation is achieved using laser beams to drive the transition between these states. They offer long coherence times, high fidelity of operations, but scaling is an issue, where scaling is better in superconducting qubits. Then you have the quantum dots. Just a minute. Just give me a minute. I think there is some problem in the focus. Yeah. Then you have the quantum dots, which are nanostructures that confine electrons in all three spatial dimensions, creating artificial atoms. Quantum information is encoded in the spin states of individual electrons or holes in the quantum dots, and manipulation is achieved using electrical and magnetic fields. Then you have neutral atoms, which use individual atoms trapped in optical lattices created by laser beams as qubits. And information is encoded in the internal energy levels of the atoms, typically the hyperfine states of alkali metal atoms such as cesium or rubidium. Quantum manipulation is achieved using laser beams to drive transitions between these states, and readout is performed by detecting fluorescence or absorption signals from the atoms. They offer long coherence times and high scalability, but probably suffer on the other accounts of fidelity, etc. Then NV centers, this is a very unique technique where impurities in diamond lattices, where carbon atoms are replaced with nitrogen, are used to realize qubits, and they have electronic spin states that can be used as qubits. And the manipulation is achieved by microwave and radio frequency pulses. Now, in Australia, there is a great emphasis on these NV centers, and there is a company called Quantum Brilliance, which has come up with uh, very, very stable, you know, quantum computers based on these NV centers. And actually, because of that, they are coming into great prominence. But otherwise, the photonics, uh, the superconducting, and the trapped ion technologies, they hold great promise, and they are the ones which are being used to actually go neck to neck, and various supercomputing centers in the world, which they want to actually. You all know that the quantum computers cannot exist in isolation. They they will realize, or they will actually execute their jobs as accelerators to high performance computers. So they have to be linked to high performance computers. They have to coexist as accelerators to high performance computers. And therefore, uh, one of these three or all these three technologies are the preferred technologies in supercomputing centers all over the world. And Which technology takes off when, one doesn't know, because there are challenges of scaling beyond certain qubits with superconducting, because of the very low temperatures of about 4 to 5 millikelvin. It's almost absolute zero, which have to be maintained to keep the qubit stable. And as you scale up, the size of the dilution refrigerator, etc., becomes very difficult. So you will see for yourself, and therefore there is a race to develop room temperature technologies, room temperature superconductors, which can be used for quantum computing, and so on and so forth. So this is what a quantum computer looks like. Here you have a classical computer, which is driving the quantum computer. If you can see my pointer, I'm just rotating it round and round. This is your, the use case or the software. Then on the right, you have the control electronic rack. This is used to house all the electronics based on FPGAs, which are controlling the processor, which is lying in a small plate out here, which is at the big blowout of the processor is here. On the right side, it looks like this. This resides here in the lowermost plate, which is cooled at 4 millikelvin, and the rest of it is the dilution refrigerator. In fact, the whole thing is the dilution refrigerator. Uh, it's actually encased in a housing, which is seen on top. The entire thing is encased in a Faraday cage, which is actually, making things more and more stable inside, against electromagnetic fields, etc., which may cause various disturbances inside to the qubits. So this is the entire thing, how a superconducting quantum computer is maintained. And it is right now, it will seem almost impossible to operate for most of you who are used to things happening at the click of a button. So I'll explain what happens inside. So let us say we have a protein folding use case. We create a Hamiltonian or a algorithm, and to execute this use case inside a quantum computer, which is translated into a circuit design in a higher level language, then Python to Quasm code, then once this is the Python language is converted into a quantum assembly language code, and then this assembly language code generates certain pulses. So those are done with the help of a pulse sequence generator. So now these pulses are generated. The sequence of generation of these pulses is conveyed to the control electronics. It's the control electronics which will generate these microwave pulses. But before generating these microwave pulses, which are meant for information processing, the qubit sitting down below has to be characterized or calibrated. So all that happens beforehand. The characterization and the coherency identification of these qubits is done. Then the qubit manipulation is done from this microwave pulses. The information pulses are conveyed, and then the measurement oblique readout is taken, and then you have the quantum error correction, and then you have the digital signal generation, then you have the output post processing, and then it goes up. And this doesn't happen in one step. Multiple readouts have to be taken, and it's actually dependent on the probabilities. So generally, you take about 2048 shots of one sequence, and then you generate the result. This is the final result. Still, why? What is the motivation? I'm just now showing you a slide where why are we moving towards quantum readiness? Because it is still so complicated to actually get our quantum programs running on a quantum computer. Now, these are on the left side. You see these are the three methodologies or the techniques uh, in which most of these use cases can be categorized, and the next slide will show those kind of use cases also. And on the right side, you see the kind of global companies which are moving towards quantum operational readiness of their operational use cases. So they know that the quantum advantage, which I'll show you what is the quantum advantage. Once the quantum advantage comes, it is something like a Y2K. These people are ready. These people are ready to carry out their operations in the most optimal way, in the most energy efficient manner, and in the most time efficient manner. Because quantum computers, biggest advantage is that they can execute tasks firstly at very high speeds compared to classical computers. But I would caution that not all tasks, only tasks which can be given to a quantum computer. There are certain tasks like matrix multiplications and things like that, optimizations, so that they can compute with very high speeds, 100x and 1000x and those kind of things, and in a most energy efficient manner. High performance computers today, they guzzle power which is uh, like the power of, let us say, exascale machine which exists in US or China or anywhere. It can actually be used to power up an entire city. That is the kind of power which uh, a very high big supercomputers use today. It's in the order of megawatts. So this quantum computer, in comparison, it survives on a few kilowatts of power, and it can do tasks which are almost uh, having as high a magnitude as that. That is the advantage. So these are certain use cases which are done very efficiently or can be given to a quantum computer um, in various sectors like BFSI, manufacturing, life sciences, healthcare, material sciences, energy utilities and resources, aerospace, automotive, transportation, etc. Now, this is the slide which I was talking about, is the quantum advantage. Now, this is the place, if you see the inflection point in time and qubits, where the performance of the quantum computer will exponentially out outperform that of a classical computer, which is linearly performed, because of the Moore's law and so many other things which are limitations in the classical computer. And also, it was, we are also having a quantum workshop running here simultaneously in CDAC, and it was very nicely pointed out, and so many other eminent uh, quantum information experts have pointed out that the speed ups in quantum computing uh, will not be just dependent on the hardware or the technique itself, but on the algorithm, on the design of the algorithm. So that is also very important. How you design your algorithm to make the best possible use of the hardware resources available to you, the qubit available. So this is what the quantum advantage is. And some people say this is 5 years away. Some people say this is 2 years away. So therefore, that is the reason why all these big companies are, converting their uh, day-to-day operations into quantum. They are getting quantum ready. So this is a slide which shows quantum thinking. It's a different way of programming paradigms. If you see your real life problems and how you realize them into a digital circuits today, and on the right side you have, the how a quantum circuit looks like. It is different. You have different kinds of gates, and these gates are reversible. So I'm sure people who are actually into quantum science know about all this. They know about the block sphere, and I'll not get into detail. A lot of people are there to get into details. And you have the quantum software stack here, where you have the classical platforms, you have the quantum runtimes, you have different compilers, then you have the instruction set architecture, you have the quantum execution stack, and the quantum error correction, which is also very important, because a lot of errors, compared to the error rate of 10 raised power minus 18 or 10 raised power minus 12 in classical computers. Quantum computers still have errors close to 10 raised power minus 3 to 10 raised power minus 6. So that is the gap which has to be overcome. And that is being overcome by techniques. They are called surface codes, where almost 1,000 physical qubits are used to realize one fault tolerant or a logical qubit. So that is the kind of scale which is required today to realize fault tolerant quantum computers, which can be actually used to then get this quantum advantage. So this kind of scaling is required. So if in case you improve your quantum error correction, then the scale can be brought down to few hundreds of physical qubits, which can be used to realize one logical qubit, and so on and so forth. So we have these these are national capabilities in the quantum software, and in the right side you have companies like ID, Classic, Penny Lane, and these kind of things. So I've just given you a comparison of what is happening in the nation versus what is happening abroad. Similarly, the control and measurement electronics, there is uh, a lot of challenge here also, because as the size of the quantum computer grows, and on the right side I have tried to show you, what a mess it becomes of wires, because you see these racks which are housing the control electronics. Each qubit has to be manipulated by almost on an average 2.5 lines. There has to be a control line, there has to be a readout line, and there has to be a flux line. So flux lines can be actually multiplexed amongst multiple qubits, but the control and readout line has to be one per qubit. So if you have 100 qubits sitting here, you have to have 2,500, 250 wires going inside like this. And if you increase the scale beyond 100, you can see. So what is the answer? The answer is to convert this entire control electronics, which is sitting in FPGA, into a CMOS based chip, which sits inside the dilution refrigerator on a slightly higher plate at a temperature close to about 4 Kelvin. Now this is about 4 millikelvin. This one sits here at 4 Kelvin, and then this requirement of all these wires is obviated, and therefore the communication can happen with the chip using some microwave components. And there's only two wires going out to the classical computer sitting here, so it can be a very neat arrangement. So that development is going on, and some kind of these kind of chips have been developed for semiconducting qubits, but not for superconducting qubits. Although Intel claims that they have made IBM claims they have made something for semiconducting qubits, superconducting qubits, but it has yet to be commercialized as such. So this is the comparison between a CMOS controller versus the uh, one which is lying inside the fridge. This has been done by Intel for their semiconducting qubits. So your control chip here is sitting at 4K, and this is commercialized in a 12 qubit quantum computer. It's called Horse Ridge, and the entire quantum computer is called the tunnel fall. The CPU is called the tunnel fall. So that is sitting at 20 millikelvin, and your control chip is sitting at 4 Kelvin. So we are trying to now do the same thing for a superconducting quantum computer. And these are the control and measurement electronics. The national capabilities are here, and these are the global capabilities. You have companies like Qblocks, Keysight, Zurich Instruments, Controlox, Intel, and so many other companies which are going ahead. So then is the dilution refrigerator, which is another technology uh, which is a big challenge, and very few companies which are having this kind of technology which can take temperatures and maintain them down to that 4 millikelvin. And these are the kind of microwave components which are used to control your qubits. You have HEMT amplifiers, isolators, direction couplers, TWPAs, and so on and so forth. So these are the dilution refrigerator companies. It is being led by a company called Blue Force, which is of Finland. Then you have Mabel, and some of them are Form Factor, Oxford. Yeah, these are mostly the companies which are in the dilution refrigerator space. And this is how your QPU looks like. Your superconducting QPU looks like inside. So these are the processor technologies, what I told you in the beginning, and the companies which are there in this space, which are trying to work in these processor technologies. So with that, I think I'll come to the end of my presentation and my talk. Uh, Thank you very much. And once again, my apologies not being there with you. I hope I have been able to put across this mystery of quantum technologies unravel the mystery of quantum technologies in some way to you. I'm sure the students' curiosities would have been ignited, and they would like to actually delve deeper into various areas which are being dealt with in the quantum technology domain. It's a wonderful and a very interesting domain, and it holds a very bright and promising future. Thank you very much.
It's unfortunate that Sir will not be able to hear us, but we would still like to thank him for that insightful address on the future ahead in quantum technologies. With that, let's welcome a leading figure in the field of quantum computing, Professor Amlan Chakraborty, Professor and Director of the A.K. Chaudhary School of IT, the University of Calcutta. Professor Chakraborty boasts over 20 years of experience in engineering education and research.
His passion for innovation is evident in his role as CEO of the International Center of Excellence for Data Science, AI, and Future Technologies. With a PhD in quantum computing and postdoctoral research at Princeton, Professor Chakrabarty brings a deep understanding of this transformative field.
His expertise extends to machine learning, computer vision, and more, reflected in over 200 published papers and numerous grants. Professor Chakraborty's dedication to pushing the boundaries of technology makes him a valuable asset to this conference. With that, please join me in extending Sir a warm welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Christ University. Thanks to the director and dean father, okay, for inviting me. And Christ is, that means I recognize Christ as one of my places in India, okay, because I'm associated, okay, with Christ, I think at least for the past 4+ years. I am in touch with okay, the faculties here. And I love this place. I love this institute. So thanks for bringing me here. Okay. And so today I will not speak in quantum computing because yesterday I was in Pune, SIDAC. Okay, when Professor Kalyan Nath was also there, we had a quantum computing workshop. It is still going on today. So I lectured on quantum computing yesterday. So I said, Anshul, that okay, today I will not not I will present quantum computing. I will present something which is also very happening, generative AI. Okay, and basically this lecture will be for the students, right? I will try to transfer you the philosophy of generative AI, not details of maths or something, because you are from the business school. Okay, more you are the application of generative AI, right? What are the good uses, where generative AI can fail, okay, where I can extend generative AI, right? Those thought processes you should have, okay, so that you can use generative AI in a lot of your applications, right, in your workplaces, right, in your research. Okay, that will be the motivation of my talk. Okay, so no, not this one. No, not this one. Oh gosh. No, there is a okay. Then can you connect me to the PP? Yeah, to the slide there. Yeah, so the pen drive. There's another lecture. Huh? There is another lecture. Yeah, this is the lecture. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So how many of the students have heard this generative AI? I think all of you, right? All of you are using ChatGPT, OpenAI. Okay. So how you find this? Good, bad? Okay, very good. Huh? Excellent. Excellent in what sense? Okay, just a few points. Why OpenAI and LLM is so excellent for the students? Be candid. Okay, no problem. Yeah. So this, I think many of the Christ University, I don't know whether you know. So this is a new assignment to me. Okay, there's a CEO of International Center of Excellence supported by Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal. And this will be operational physically by March end. Okay, so yeah. So now let's get into straight. Huh? So generative AI, okay, what it tries to do, it tries to so AI, artificial intelligence, are basically two types. Okay, the first one, any guess? It's a bit from the computer science maybe. So the first one is called discriminative AI. Okay, which means that if my AI model accepts the data, okay, the AI model can tell the class, right? Okay, that whether it is a dog and a cat, okay, whether it is a soccer match, right, or it is a cricket match, okay, by seeing the image or the video of the thing. So it can distinguish, okay, two different data, whether they are very close to each other or they are far from each other, right? And also they can predict based on, because if it is a soccer match, okay, the next prediction will be where the ball will be kicked, right? If it is a cricket match, okay, then the prediction will be what will be the next scoring shot. Okay, so based on the data what I get, I can either identify the class of the data, right? Or I can tell that what this data will lead to, which is prediction. Okay, I get the data and I can tell that, okay, this data will lead to something. Okay. Now, when we speak of the data, the most important part is one is the sample and one is the distribution. How many of you understand this? A sample and distribution in a very simple way. Okay, I'm taking a short, though it's a keynote talk, but as I got motivated, that so many students are there, right? So I got motivated to take the keynote as a sort of a class. Okay, so what is a sample and what is a distribution? Who can just very simply sample you have heard? Each one of the students, okay, that means I'm just taking the first row off. Each one of the students in this auditorium is a sample in terms of data science. Okay, that means you have a name, you have a gender, you have an age, you have a course, right? Each one of you are a sample. Okay, so your reflection in my database, okay, is a sample. Each of you are one sample in the student database. So what's the distribution? Okay, so distribution of the samples, when I take class of management and I take a sample of students from a class of engineering, okay, their distribution is a little bit different, right? Your courses are more towards marketing, your courses are more towards finance, right? Your job aspirations are more towards consulting, your job aspirations are more towards finance, banking, insurance, BFSI. Okay, when I took to the engineering, their motivation is to get into the manufacturing, okay, get into the packaging, get into the product design, right? So these two are different distributions. Means the students of a management group and the students of an engineering group are two different distributions. So this is what is distribution and samples. Okay, and this is what entirely data science. If you try to understand data science in a very simple way, data science is understanding sample, understanding distribution. Data science become complex when a model tries to work on multiple distributions. Okay, suppose the director sir wants to satisfy every student, be in from computer science, be from management, okay, be from humanities. That means I will prescribe a sort of recipe which will satisfy every student, will meet the requirement of every student. It is a difficult problem because the distributions are different. Now you have to make a model which can work for all distributions, right? And how you can change fast between distributions, that is a human nature. So now I am taking this lecture for a management group of majority management group of students, right? I have tweaked my lecture and thought process very fast. If I take the same lecture after an hour to an engineering group of students, I will tweak a little bit different. So this is my human nature because I have the intelligence to work between distributions. Okay, whether I can build AI models which can work between distributions, that is challenging. And there we still have to improve on AI a little bit more. Okay, still AI is mostly you train it in one set of data, it will work in that particular set of data because it understands the distribution. If you train in different set of data, it's a different distribution, it will be a different model. But those but very difficult to have a single model which can work on the cancer distribution data of a lung or a financial data, okay, from an agricultural group of persons and a financial data from a salaried group of persons. It's very difficult to do the predictions in the same way because the distributions are different. Okay, so this is the fundamental premise of what we say as data science. You got it? Every student have got it. This, all right? What is the fundamental premise of data science? Okay, now on this data science premise, there are two types of models. One model which we have worked along, okay, with a discriminative model. Okay, so give me a sample, I will tell that, hey, this is from this distribution, which is the class of the particular sample. Or within the distributions, I can create buckets. Like within the students of the management, okay, I have the very good students who will be focusing on the banking sector. There are students who will be focusing on the social sector. So each are different classes of students. So I can create some of the groups of the sample within this. Okay. Now this was my AI. I can, if you come with me with your properties, which means that your exam course, your project, your seminar work, I will classify you. Hey, you are good for banking. Okay. Hey, you are good for social science, right? Hey, you are good for okay, maybe the BFSI. So I can classify you. But generative AI is a little bit different AI. Generative AI can create a new student. That's the difference. Okay. So if I run generative AI, I can create a new student. I was giving an example, okay, in one lecture. So what I will do, I will create a dummy student. I will create a student which will exactly match the distribution where all the students of the Christ Business Management group are there. Okay, I can create one student sample. Okay, and that student sample carries all the properties of the distribution what I am aiming towards. So generative AI is that through AI you generate samples. Okay, and these samples can help you, and these samples can lead to fake also, because basically in the case of image, audio, and video, which are the most deep fake, you know the deep fake. Okay, how many of you know deep fake? Most of you, right? There was a finance deep fake. Can you tell? Very recently, very highly, what I can say, highly perturbing deep fake. Okay, you know what happened? Anyone? No, that is not. That's anything else, ma'am, or from students? Narayan Murthy. Who is Narayan Murthy? His founder. Good. So Narayan Murthy in a video is telling that he has found out a new means which can generate huge money. Okay, he has found a new means called quantum AI, which can generate new money, and this video was being pushed in YouTube, in Facebook, in social media. Right? And many thought that, oh, Narayan Murthy is telling this, so this is a real thing. So let's invest on that. Because Narayan Murthy is one of the dawn of our business community, right? He's one of the greatest investor or greatest person, okay, in business in our country or in the world. So what it generated? It generated some new video samples of Narayan Murthy, new audio samples of Narayan Murthy, curated it, right, and pushed it as a real video. So this is the problem. This is the problem. You can create new data which doesn't have any origin. You can create new image which are not existing. You can create new video which was not captured. You can create new audio which was not captured. So this is the negative part of it, right? But what is the positive part? We will not discuss much about negative part today. Okay, we will discuss on the positive part. So let's see what is the positive part. Okay, so this is most important, that human creativity, content creation is so important for us. Why? Because content has two parts. One is the syntax of the content and one is the semantics of the content. Okay, syntax of the content means I can write a good English text, right, on say economics. I can write. Okay, but a student like you who have done an economics course, right? You can go to that content and tell, okay, Sarah's write a good English, but Sarah hasn't filled up any conceptual component of economics. Because I'm not for economics. I cannot write a conceptual component on economics, right? I cannot write any conceptual component on accountancy or finance. Okay. But I can write good English. So writing good English is the syntax, right? And how this content is better, right, in terms of representation is the semantics part. Okay. So now, can we create content which is good in syntax and semantics, understanding content which the economics, lot of economics paper was being studied, and I understand the syntax distribution and semantics distribution of the economics content. I will tell, when I'm coming to a lecturing you in economics, I will tell my generative AI, a generative content which is good in syntax and semantics, which will suit the requirement of economics. Okay, then I can read the content and I can understand in a very short time, okay, a particular topic in economics, and then I can lecture on that. Or in my data science, I require some topic of economics to be thoroughly understood, right? I have to go to an economics professor and understand that. But economics professor will not give me time because these are very naive for him or her. He understands that professor doesn't understand this thing, so what I will talk with him or her. So those naive things, I can easily get into this, okay, this particular generative AI, and generative AI will give me the content or understanding of the basic content of economics. This helps me. This helps me in my work. And there are numerous examples I can show in the workplace how I can use this. Okay. Microsoft came to my office a couple of months ago. They are releasing a model of OpenAI. Okay. That means, though some of you are doing thesis and many of the the dignitaries in the front seat are PhD holders, okay, like me. We know that what amount of time I need to give when I studied the work which has been done prior in my domain. If I take my PhD was 3.5 years or 4 years, at least 6 to 8 months of my research was only in the first phase, was only in going to the prior works which has been done. And my supervisor will be asking me that, oh, what you have studied, what are the key points you have gathered, what are the progress of of this domain you have understood, what are the challenges in this domain you have captured, what are the next steps you want to take here. These are the questions I have to answer, and these questions are not so easy because the domain is new. I have to study a lot. Now, Microsoft showed me in my office with a 3 hours job, 3 hours. Okay, say, professor, you give me all the content which are either in PDF or in Excel or in Word or in Access, okay, or in whatever form, okay, right? You give to my AI tool. AI tool will, what it will do, the generative AI will learn the distribution of the content, both in terms of syntax and semantics. Okay, both in terms of syntax and semantics, we learn the distribution of the content. And then, based on the query, then once it learns it, right, it becomes a model, generative AI model, which has learned a huge repository. Okay, and then I ask the question, okay, to the OpenAI, let me know what are the progress in this particular domain. It gives okay. Okay, what are the advances has been done, challenges are there in this domain. It will generate all this because LLM can only work within the distribution. This is a limitation. If I learning the domain of quantum computing, if I ask LLM that tell me something about economics, it will terribly fail. Because it has only learned the distribution of the quantum computing domain, right? And it can generate any sort of sample which forms another distribution. But it cannot, it didn't learn anything about the distribution of the text in the economics domain. So this is a limitation. It cannot generate anything new. It can only generate which is content by the distribution which is being learned. And that is the crux of generative AI, right? You can use for multiple purpose. Okay. Previously, I used to push a mail, okay, write, check, recheck, check, recheck. Okay, now I use a generative AI model, okay, for my mail, give the subject, right? It is so well trained, it can give me the basic letter, and then I only correct a few lines and push it. So, okay, so these are the things what you can do very good. Okay, now I'm going to the little bit on this. So what I said, it can work on any type of data, but you don't consider it as a god. Okay, you have to work with each type of data, different buckets of data. So what ChatGPT has done, ChatGPT, which is the most common name I'm on, okay, it's a generative AI. ChatGPT has done, it has trained over lot of distributions. Okay, it's not single distribution. It can cater the requirement of sir. Okay, fine. It can cater the requirement of you. It can cater the requirement of sir. So all our requirements can be catered in terms of content, its syntax and semantics. Okay, not in terms of mathematical functions. Don't expect that, right? It will actually execute a program. It can write a program. It can write a program because it has gone through several programs. It has been trained. Several syntax and semantics of a programming language. It has been trained, and it can generate the syntax and semantics, but it cannot execute the program. So don't expect your result will come. Okay, a problem solution result will come to generative AI. It will only tell how you can trace the problem. That helps. That helps a lot, right? In a particular problem, if it tells that, okay, these are the things you can look into. Suppose I'm giving a presentation, it will tell me that, okay, these are the things you can put in the presentation content. Okay, this helps my time more on creativity than on doing the mundane things. Okay, this is where actually ChatGPT or OpenAI works very good. Okay. So this is a different story, right? This may be good, this may be bad. Okay, so I'm telling that, okay, that how many of you understand what is going on in the left top corner? Any student volunteer, what is going on? What game is going on the left top corner? Just try to see. So these are very, so who is he? She is Mona Lisa. Who is he? Right. So these are very, very noted public figure. One is painted figure, okay, which was created. One is original, right? And what is she? She is a common person, common lady, right? Now what is being done is that, okay, the postures, okay, the head postures, the face postures of this lady has been mapped on both of them, right? So what is generative AI here? Tell me, what is generative AI here? Which part is generative AI here? This is a quiz. So there is one video here, one video here, one video here. Out of these three video, which are generative AI? Perfect. You're so intelligent. Perfect. Because for the two, these were not actually being done. Mona Lisa didn't did these postures, right? Or Brad Pitt didn't did these postures. These postures and the face movement has been generated. So it learned two distribution. This is called a little bit cycle GAN, but I'm not getting into these details. So two distribution it has learned. First of all, it has learned the distribution of the image of Mona Lisa and the distribution of the image information of Brad Pitt, and it has learned the facial movement and postures of a common lady, and then it created those images. And images created makes video, right? So don't try to do this for wrong purpose, okay? Okay, this can create lot many problems. So this is good. Where this is good, you tell me. Where this is good? Huh? Animation, very good. Animation, digital twin. We are speaking about digital twins, some of us. Okay, digital twins. So suppose I have a neck surgery. I'll give you an example. Suppose I have a neck surgery, right? And the doctor wants to show what are the exercises I should do. Obviously, doctor can show me, but I will be very happy if those exercises are being shown exactly in my facial form, in my structural form, I will be very happy. Then I can exactly follow this, because if doctors does that, right, I am not so much motivated, right? And then I can compare. The next part is that I can have a live video and the video which has been generated from the doctor's suggestion, and they can compare how these two videos are rare. Then the doctor can automatically, I think the vice chancellor said that the data goes. So similarly, there can be a physical disability or a physical, when I do rehabilitation, the data goes to the doctor, and doctor can find what are the differences between the data. It can be used, so important application we can do. Okay, but you can do fake videos. Okay, it is on your hand that how you go. Okay. So how much time I have, Anshul? 10 minutes. Okay, fine. I can finish. Okay. But this is a similar case. Okay. And now if we go from here to here, this is a little bit different way. So this is a text and this is an image generated. So today I had a mail from a lady professor in Egypt. She's the head of the art and museum of an Egyptian university. She's communicating with me for the last 3 months. And today she has said that, Professor, can we develop a software? So the challenge is now, this is creativity. This is art and this is creativity. But this creativity can be done by a no creativity job. I am good in English. I present a very good English text in the scenario. And my tool generates this image. Okay? Right? And it can be better than an artist who is really drawing this image. And this is now the challenge of creativity. So whether the creativity which is being shown, okay, for which the name I claim, whether that creativity comes from me or the creativity is generated by a generative tool. Okay, this is the same thing like deep fake here, but it can be of several use also. Okay, how a person okay trying to understand. Suppose you are an architect, right, or you are a media, media person, right? You are not so good in painting, but you are good in understanding designs. That means you can train your generative AI on different types of architectural inputs and corresponding architectural visualizations, and in the runtime you can generate different types of specifications of your structure, and it will generate different types of architectural visualizations, different forms of media presentations. Because I am good in content, I am good in domain, but I am not an image editor. I am not an artist per se. So people actually move from multiple domain experts to finish a particular work. Okay, if I'm generating a media content, I will go to a creative designer, right? I will go to a creative content writer. I will go to a domain expert on that particular domain, and we all three will sit together and will try to make the things. Okay, this will go on, but there are some projects where time is very less. And we don't look into that fineness, but we at least have to go for the first level of review or second level of review, whether we can go ahead. Okay, so in those cases, if my LLM is trained, so now domain specific OpenAI models are generated. Every industry is developing their own OpenAI models. Banking is developing their own OpenAI model. Okay, so we are doing a project in government of West Bengal where we are supporting the primary health workers. You know what is primary health workers? Anyone? Students? Primary health workers, please. What is? Who are they? They are very useful persons in Indian context. You tell me what is. Who are they? Very good. So rural areas, we don't have doctors. We don't have enough specialist doctors who can treat the villagers. Okay. So we have people who voluntarily, obviously there is some support given by different governments. Okay. Some support who will make a bridge between the doctors. So they will actually tell that what are the food supplements required. Okay. What are the conditions we have to maintain. Okay, what are the nearest doctor you can visit? Okay, what are the nearest hospitalization you can do? So now you see the COVID has made us learn that it is okay, the disease spreading is not a slow process. Disease spreading can be very fast. And knowledge sometimes is also not there. So when this type, and you have to cater a huge amount of people, okay? Each primary health worker has to take 100 homes in the villages or 200 homes in the villages, right? So how they will cope up with the knowledge which is being generated as the medical policy and medical practice. So what we did, we actually created a learning model. Okay, so now we have curated, we have trained all the medical medical, it's called the medical, I think, process or practice. There is a medical schedule for each diseases, what needs to be done when, what is the exact way needs to be done. So we trained with that, right? And the field level people, without connecting to the doctor, now can generate the queries. Okay, what needs to be done when there is a leg is broken? What are the procedures? Okay, so keep him in rest, make this type of bandage. Okay, that means if the pain is there for 3 days, take him to a doctor. So these are the standard recipes. Okay, so the primary health worker can actually generate queries and can get the answers through this LLM or generative AI model, right? And it can give a support to more number of people, because asking the doctor, thinking, okay, kills a lot of time. Now he or she is very fast. Okay, the only thing is that you have to do an update at the end also. Once the policy changes, once the practice changes, you have to go with a continuous update. So LLM or OpenAI without backend monitoring is not true. It's not good. If you feel that, okay, I have generated one OpenAI and this will, okay, it will serve my all purpose for the next 5 years, you are gone. So job will not be lost. There was a question which is asked to me that, sir, a lot of jobs will be lost. No, jobs will not be lost. Okay, there is a little bit harsh, I will be there. So if you have your skill score from 0 to 5, okay, who are at the bottom of the skill score, their job will be lost because they are just not doing any skills which has been acquired. They are just trying to work on the things which are already there. If you are acquired skills, you can generate new things. So the people who are high in skills, who can generate new things, they will be always used to monitor these tools, to understand whether these tools are doing good, doing bad, where we need to do a tweak, because they are working in the same pace at the tool. Okay, so cut, copy, paste job will go. Okay, only the people who has the skill in the domain can understand that whether what is generated by the outcome is good or bad, they will still stay in the skill domain. Okay, so there is no problem with the students who are acquiring the skill in the specific domain, right? You are a business student, you acquire the specific skills in the business domain, so that if OpenAI comes, right, generative AI comes, right, you will be monitoring them. You will get a higher salary because you are on the top of an OpenAI. You are at that level that you are so domain expertise, you can tell that, hey, this is not doing good, right? We have to retrain the model. Okay, at that level of thought process, you have to be, so that you can always question whether the model is doing good or bad. Okay, fine. Next coming. So these are all the things. So prompt is very important here. So there is a last, I think I'm just ending this with this, because the other parts are too much mathematical. I think it is not required for you at this point of time. So there is a question, okay, to me, which comes, right? I was in the previous semester, I was lecturing IIIT Delhi. Okay, so the question was asked to me that, sir, whether you will permit the students to use ChatGPT in solving the assignments. Okay, so straight question to the students: yes, it will be done or it will not be done. I will give the students the permission to that. Obviously, the faculties here can disagree. I'm not having a problem with that, but I'm trying to place my point. Okay, first goes to the students. Do you want that if I am your teacher and I'm giving you an assignment, whether you will use the OpenAI tools to solve the assignments? Okay, so you believe that I will give. So how I will judge your skill then? How I will judge your skill? Because my assignment is what? Why I'm giving you an assignment? Because I want to judge your skill, I have taken a course. In that course, there is a knowledge skill component mixed up. I want to know that how you have escalated in the skill or knowledge. So the problem what professor has just said me that if ChatGPT will be an issue because this is an issue for me. I don't know that whether you have the skill or the generative AI has given something and you have offered me. So answer me what? Okay. So how you will judge your skill? How I will judge your skill now? Okay, this end. Okay, that means my question is very straight to all of you, right? Suppose I give you permission to use OpenAI. Okay, you come up with an answer, right? That means I am not here to actually curse you or not ever to actually clap you. I am just a teacher to give my director a score sheet and tell that, okay, these are the skill levels of my students after my course, right? And I expect that the majority students will be higher in the skill levels. I will try my best so that majority of the students are higher in my skill level. But I don't get any 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 point of skill level, any data of skill level if students submit to OpenAI. So how I solve the problem? Okay. So any thought from the students? Okay, you have given me the solution. I have put back again a question. Okay, which contradicts your solution, right? So this helps. Prompt engineering. Why I'm telling that I have to little bit work hard a bit. I have to create an assignment which is not simply a naive query in the OpenAI. You can solve it in the OpenAI at some level of knowledge. I will press it so that you have to use the right prompt engineering. Now, my perception, this is on my perception, okay, many of contrary. My perception in prompt engineering is that if a student can apply a good prompt engineering, it means he or she has understood the domain. Because if you can make good question after my class, it means that you have understood my class. You cannot put a blank question after my class and get any result. So I have to make an assignment in such a way that the prompt engineering should be a little bit in the higher side. And if you come up with the right prompt engineering, you can get the answer from OpenAI. But I am very sure that you are saving your time, right? You are not getting into the mundane things, but you are applying your mind in the thought process and generating the right prompt, which is not easy always. Okay, so domain experts are hired. So there is a job called prompt engineering now. I think you all know, right? Prompt engineers are recruited. Why they are recruited? Because it's not so easy. Prompt engineers have to understand the backend process as well as the domain process so that they can generate the right prompts for getting the data out, for getting reply out. So my question is, I will put an assignment such that it's a little bit deeper in prompt engineering, and a student can either go for a swift answer if he or she is very thorough in the domain, or he or she will struggle by not giving the proper prompt. I can take the answer and I can find that who has given the proper prompt, right, and who hasn't given the proper prompt and generated the answer. So that's my get back that how I support OpenAI or LLM in the teaching courses. Okay, but people can agree or disagree. Okay, I'm not taking any vote here, but this is the answer. Okay, so I end here. I think the time is there, right, for me. Right. Okay. So this is what is OpenAI. There are a lot of mathematical stuffs at the back end. I feel that it is again the distribution of students. What I have here, it is more important to understand how to use OpenAI. What are the goodness? What are the challenges? Okay. What are the boundaries I can use OpenAI? Okay. Right. And this is a very interesting subject. I can go on and on this, but still due to limitation of time, right. I hope that I have made a point very straight to all of you. Okay, try to enjoy technology, try to enrich in the technology, right? And if you enjoy and get enriched, then only you can apply. So don't miss the chance in the college to enjoy and get enriched. Because if you are not enjoying or not getting enriched, you will not able to apply, okay, the knowledge. Okay, so that's my last word. Thank you once again. Thanks to the Christ University and all the faculty members here. Thank you. If any questions from the students, though I have interacted a lot, any questions from the students? Okay. Yes, please. Okay, that means if this is so naive, it is the credit goes to the generative AI. This is the challenge. This is the challenge for the creative people. So don't make the creativity go down in the society by using this in a wrong way. As I said, okay, an architect can use it, or a medical doctor can use it for just having a quick visualization. But don't compete your this art with a real artist. You are competing for a prize or for a recognition in an art competition. Don't place it in art competition. This is only for your domain visualization. You have to restrict yourself like that. Okay. Good question. Yeah. Any more? Yes, please, sir. Thanks. At least I got one vote in my favor. Yes. Yes, sir. Perfect. 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 So this is, yeah, so this is coming back to the teachers. Okay. So now in the age of OpenAI, in the age of ChatGPT, it is a challenge for the teachers, educators, trainers, okay, industry, that we have to be in some level that we understand that what is being what is difference between created stuff, right, and what is not there in the created stuff, what extra value addition I, being your facilitator, being your instructor, being your professor, can offer you. That extra part is now more important to us, because the baseline part actually do that, sir. That what I do that, suppose, okay, suppose I am taking a particular project, and the project requires some fundamentals, right, and the fundamentals are so naive that I don't have time for the students to give that. So I tell that, oh, you come means use your Gemini or ChatGPT, learn the things, present it to me, I will tell what you have learned, how much is good, how much is wrong. So that's the way the student, okay, that means, okay, that means my time is saved. Student also fastly learns, right? And then I am there. So ultimately I have to come with the filter. I am there to tell that, oh, this you have learned in the ChatGPT has given good. This you take as your good knowledge, but this is not the correct one. So you have to work on this part more. So this is the role now. Instructors, right? Or professors have to, yes, sir, please. Yes. Mhm. Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. So, prompt engineering metrics, actually, sir, there is something a little bit technical. I think that, okay, yeah. So you will understand, right? It is called attention, which I didn't got here. Okay. Okay. So attention is the technique which gives you a score on the emphasis of your keywords in a particular context. So we can generate a sort of attention-based mechanism for reviewing the content. So that's one thing, sir. Second thing, as you said that. Okay. Second thing, what you said, sir? Just. Okay. Anything. Yeah. So apart from prompt engineering, if I try to understand, right, there's another one thing I do. I tell that you try to compare your answer with the ChatGPT, and if you can show ChatGPT OpenAI, that means you show that what you get here and what you generate. That means if you create a real difference, you will get an extra score. That's all. So yeah, that's the way you can do it. Yeah. Okay. So thank you once again. All right. Thanks you all. Yeah. Thank you. You can take this off. Huh?
for that illuminating address on demystifying generative AI. With that, I now take immense pride in introducing another distinguished speaker for today's session, Mr. Amit Saxena. Mr. Saxena currently serves as a Joint Director at CDAC Pune. Furthermore, Sir holds the office of Program Director for Quantum Computer Development at CDAC Pune.
With over a decade of experience in the field, Mr. Saxena has been a driving force behind numerous strategic and collaborative projects under the Government of India.
Sir's expertise extends to cloud and grid computing, and he has garnered accolades for his contributions, including serving as an expert member in the implementation of the National Supercomputing Mission project and as a member of the Task Force of Big Data in Life Sciences.
Mr. Saxena has also organized various workshops under the CDAC flagship, further solidifying his reputation as a leader in his field. May I please invite Mr. Saxena to deliver his address virtually?
Good afternoon, all of you. And first of all, my apologies. I could not join personally. I was and Dr. Anshul for inviting me and CDAC to be a part of this renowned IEEE conference, TQCEBT, and really an honor to be invited. And like Amlan sir was here yesterday, he was here, and we are having a parallel workshop going on. So it's to like hectic for me to come there. So apologies, and especially to Dr. Ansu. So let us start this topic, and I will try to finish uh, in maybe 20 minutes. We will talk about high performance computing. And uh, when we say high performance computing, it's like a broad area. Let us see what is high performance computing. This covers the advanced computing techniques in the system to solve complex computation problem. The key component of HPC is a parallelism with high speed computing, with advanced network, with high speed networking, efficient communication between the computing node, storage, and input output devices. And it is being used for scientific simulations, engineering analysis, and HPC systems are designed to scale computational resource uh, to tackle a complex problem. And generally in the HPC, we uses accelerator card like GPU, and which you can see nowadays used for the AI. So these are all the characteristics of a high performance computing. Let us see the story that how the high performance computing has been evolved, and how where we have reached till now. So this journey I will try to take you, so that you can know a glimpse of high performance computing, and then you can also see how this high performance computing can help to solve grand challenging problems. So the computing history started with the abacus. You all know the abacus, and this was the computational device that was being used since ancient times. Uh, then we have the basic model, that is Turing machine. So Turing machine was invented by Alan Turing in 1936. So you all know that Apple logo. So there is a like bite in the Apple logo. So so there is a story behind that with Alan linked with Alan Turing. So you may find out on the internet. So there is a very interesting story. So this is he 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 is known as to be remarkable contribution using Turing machine, which is the base of all our computation model. And then we have transistors. Transistors change everything, because earlier the computers were like a big room, and when the transistor comes, the size become modular, and they become like a compact devices. So this is like we can call as a basic unit of computation that is being used as a transistor. Okay. Then we had the processors, which we call now microprocessors. The journey started like Intel 4004, and so there are various variant of this, and based on that, this processor become the base of now this whole IT. You can see this microprocessors, and we say CPU. So CPU is like a also a microprocessor, that is the central processing unit. And based on this, now you can see the microprocessor used in cars, your washing machine, everywhere microprocessor are being. And then you can see India has a very a big plan for the semiconductor industry. So that's the development of the microprocessor industry. So based on that, personal computers were involved. So personal computer, there is an interesting story of the IBM and Apple. Finally, who wins, who lost? But the IBM and Apple story is also very interesting. You can also go. So this is the historical uh, story, that how the computing was evolved, and where are we now. So this personal computer changed everything, because the computer which were at the big rooms, they were now on your desk. So that really changed everything. Okay, this was a drastic change. So this all the computer structure uses the von Neumann architecture, where you can know since your school time you were learning about uh, uh, von Neumann architecture, where there is a memory, there is a controller, there are ALU, and then input output devices. So these are the main components in the von Neumann architecture, where program are loaded in the memory, they are being read, and then ALU performs it, and then the results are being stored in the registers. This is a very basic architecture that is being followed. Then, based on this transistor, there is a Moore's law, that uh, every 1.5 years or 2 years, the transistors it doubles. Number of transistors in the microprocessor doubles. It becomes more smaller, more denser, more powerful. So this was known as Moore's law. Now this Moore's law becomes so popular, and we can see it's become means it's you can see the graph that, yeah, it is true. since 2020 and 2023, we are seeing that it is still true. But what is the problem with the Moore's law is that the more dense we put the transistors in a chip, then there is a heating issues. Then there can be the problem where we cannot reach a level where we cannot put more transistors, more and more transistors. So density cannot be increased. So the what is the solution for this? The solution may be parallelism. So this is we will see about the parallelism. So parallelism can be in hardware and a software level. So why this is being required? Because we can't generate heat now because there is a sustainability issues. Like all of them now, like we can say Chat GPT. Chat GPT, the lot of questions being asked that the the energy, the heat it is being dissipating is enormous. So we have to think about the climate. We have to think about the everything. So sustainability. There is a UN mandate that by so there's due to sustainability model should be observed by each and every country and become every country has to abide by that. So so when we see this Moore's law, uh, the basic is that when we generally the transistor is like in this there is a PNP configuration where there is a potential which is being applied from electron to transfer from this to this. But what happens in that time is that we cannot decrease this distance. What we are doing, to make the transistor more smaller, we are decreasing this distance. Now we cannot decrease this distance because there will be a moment where this electron can show the tunneling effect, and it can go whatever potential you apply, it will do the tunneling from this to this. So that's why transistor size is become a stagnant. We cannot decrease the transistor size more than a particular value. So that's why Moore's law has a limitations. So to address now this, we are going to multi-core things and we are going to parallelism. So when we say parallelism means doing two tasks at a same time parallelly, independently, so that we get the results fast. So generally when we see parallelism in the term of the HPC, so there is a master node with a job scheduler which takes care of the job. Job means whatever task we have to do. And then it distributes across various computing devices and finally we get the results. So this is the basic parallelism architecture. The parallel architecture is being classified by the Flan's classification. As you all know, there is a SISD, single instruction, single data set, multi-instruction set, multi-data set, SIMD, single instruction, multi-data set, MIMD. These are the basic architecture which are trying to classify how the parallelism can be, because there are two different streams. One is the instructions and one is the data. So which things to parallelize? Based on that, these different type of architecture has been classified. So when we say that parallelism type, there is a memory-based parallelism where it is shared memory parallelism. There is a distributed parallelism where we have distributed system independent of each other working. Then there is a hybrid parallelism and task parallelism where a task is being parallelized in the system. And then there is a data parallelism where data sources are parallelized. And then there is a SIMD, multiple data set, single instruction, multiple data set type of vector computing. This become very powerful in the earlier stages. Now we'll see so when we see the parallel memory architecture, that is shared memory, uniform, the architecture shared memory where there is a uniform memory access and non-uniform memory access. So uniform memory access means everyone access the memory. Every compute device access the memory uniformly. Compute device is CPU. And non-uniform memory access where every device access the memory non-uniformly. Okay. And then there is a distributed memory architecture where it is being distributed across the network. Then there is a hybrid distributed shared memory where they have their own memory, but they also use their distributed memory in the network. So these are the different type of parallel memory architecture that we follow. So this is the same thing where memory is being shared by uniform memory architecture and non-uniform memory architecture. So then there is a distributed computing. Distributed computing has become very popular. You know, cloud computing, cluster computing, grid computing, and this is become like earlier it started with client server architecture, and now this has become very popular in the area of the cloud computing. Okay. When we see the parallelism, the Cray supercomputer become very popular, and the Cray one was there. You can see this is a supercomputer which are based on the vector based computing. Okay, so so this was based on vector based computing. It was very popular earlier. Now when we see CDAC had its Param supercomputer, Param 8000 in November 1987. CDAC was formed to develop this Param supercomputer, and this was the Param first Param supercomputer that was developed, and that was based on the cluster architecture. So generally the supercomputer were based on like this Cray supercomputer, they were based on the vector architecture. But this is based on cluster architecture. Let us see what is cluster architecture. So it's like a different small nodes. They are working together collaboratively, so that they become more powerful than the single system like mainframes, vector computers, and workstation and PCs. So this is how it is represented, that how a cluster computing become powerful. It is so powerful that nowadays what is happening, when we say a supercomputer, it is generally told as a cluster computer. So now CDAC has developed a lot of supercomputer under National Supercomputing Mission, and that has been installed at various locations across the country. We have Param Shivaya, Param Shakti, Param Brahma. So all these are the supercomputer across the country, and all have a tag name as a Param. Then we have Param Utkarsh at Bangalore, Param Ganga, and then Param Anand, Param Porul in Kerala. So based on that, we have now the latest one is a Param Eravat. That is AI based system. Param Siddhi and Param Eravat. Param Eravat and Param Siddhi are being at CDAC Pune itself, which is a like a most supercomputer in the country, and that is being extensively used by a lot of startups, industry, and academics. So this is having AI based systems. Then we talk about what is the HPC stack that is being followed under this various architecture. We have hardware stack like vector stack, MPP, SMP, and distributed system. Then we have network connection like InfiniBand, very fast network. It is not like our normal internet. InfiniBand is a very fast network which is across the nodes connectivity. Okay. Then there is software programming model like MPI, message passing interface, where the two nodes, they how they talk with each other. And then there is a shared memory and the partition global address space. And the applications are like open source and commercial applications, which are like scientific applications that is being used. This is how the cluster architecture has been developed. So all the nodes are independent. They are all homogeneous. They are connected with a very fast network. And based on that, the computation is being distributed across by the job schedule, and then computation is being done. And the final result is being computed parallelly. So this is how the cluster architecture become very popular, because it is a like low cost architecture. It is a modular architecture, and if any node goes wrong, you can be replace it. It's hard swappable, cold swappable. So all this type of things are there. Then to measure which supercomputer is which capability. So there is a term known as flop. Okay. Generally, we see hits, but in the supercomputer, we see flops. We want to get more and more flops. Okay. We don't want more hits. So flop is floating point operation per second. So the biggest supercomputer is the biggest flop. Okay. So that's how this top 500 ranking is being calculated internationally, and now we are at 75th rank at CDEC using our supercomputers. Then various HPC applications are there, like in the area of artificial intelligence, drug discovery, optimization, cryptography, financial services. So these various applications are be there. Now when we see now this quantum is becoming very, very, very popular, where quantum process unit are there. There is a classical quantum interface, and there is a simulators being on this. So nowadays, what is happening? We are trying to combine HPC with the quantum computing. HPC is actually, when we say it's, quantum itself, it can be treated as a HPC, because that is high performance computing. So HPC, under HPC, we see that how we integrate the quantum. So based on that various classification of the problem, when we see there is a P class, NP class, NP hard. So mostly when we see quantum computing, we are trying to address the NP hard problems, which are mostly decision making and optimization problems. Uh, Now the HPC is moving toward different direction. Like we are having the exascale. So there is a Oak Ridge National Library where we have this exascale system, Frontier. Okay. So now the problem with this type of system is that they require huge energy. Okay, the energy requirement is huge. Now, can we do something? Quantum computer, when we say the qubits give exponential advantage, can we do something that this HPC and quantum can be working together? So it's known as totally it can be known as a HPC, but it's like a classical HPC and the quantum combination, so that the problem can be solved in a hybrid way, and we can get the result much more faster and much more energy efficient way, because the exascale system consumes too much energy. So based on this, can we develop a system where we can have a hybrid system? So that's why CDAC is working on, where we are trying to develop hybrid algorithms. We are trying to develop hybrid system, and how these systems can connect with each other. So in that way, we are progressing towards these systems. And the various application area will be targeted like AI, drug discovery, optimization, cryptography, and in all the area, this HPC application with the quantum floating type of mechanism, how it can be integrated in a hybrid way that we are seeing. So that the strategy is that we focus on hardware electronics, control system, software, and we co-develop with the industry and academia. And then we get the problem statement from the end user like startups and industry. And then we also do a execution training and capacity building. So that's why we build a HPC quantum ecosystem with all the partners together to develop solutions for the various cutting edge problems that we are facing in the competition area. So that's our mandate. Thank you. Thank you so much. I could not hear anyone. So, uh,
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for that insightful address on high performance computing.
Now, we would request the dignitaries to proceed for lunch in the banquet hall on the ground floor, central block, which will be followed by the track sessions.